We come to the end of our 2015-2016 school year. Seemingly endless tests, projects, assignments, responsibilities, they've stretched us beyond all comprehension. But at the same time, we are sad to see many of our own move on in their lives as they will soon celebrate their graduation. Through this year, we have had so many amazing memories and shared moments that we will remember forever. Jesus tells us to love one another, and therefore we will show the world that we belong to God. Here at OBA, we have so many opportunities to learn about Christ and discover how He moves and works in our lives. Additionally, we have a culture of service that affords us the ability to share Christ in our community of Enid and throughout the world. Christ is alive, and we celebrate His power and His presence through thought, word, and deed. Through these next few minutes, let's reflect on how Christ has moved and how we have responded to His presence. We have made new friends, and we have strengthened those people who are already a part of our lives and hearts. As a part of this community, you have welcomed two new members into the OBA family, Andy Claiborne and Janie Koch. We read in Galatians 6 that we are to bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. We are to love another and demonstrate encouragement, patience, honesty, and long-suffering. With this prompting from Christ in mind, the 10th grade class began a new tradition by taking a class retreat to Camp Wow. These students created memories that they will never forget. However, maybe they took God's commandment of bearing one another's burdens a bit too far by creating a human pyramid. The high school students continued their own tradition of beginning the year with the day at Canton. The day was filled with sun, sand, and shaving cream. I wonder what the disciples would have done if they were put into the ring to play Gaga ball. Our middle school shared a trip to Boiling Springs and strengthened the bonds of friendship and faith through fun activities, times of quiet reflection, and Christ-centered worship. As we reflect on what we've done, we should also consider who we are. We are OBA Trojans. Throughout the school, we have images of a warrior painted as murals on our walls. These warriors fight in battle and kneel in prayer. We also see the instruments that God offers that warrior as he prepares for battle. One of those instruments is the breastplate of righteousness. With this part of God's armor, the volleyball team represented OBA in unity and persistence under the leadership of Coach Ruby and Coach Wiebe. Fighting their way to the state tournament, our girls succeeded in achieving runner-up amongst all our state teams. Ashley Atwood and Kendra Croker were named All-State. Continuing to consider what God has equipped us with, we have seen the beautiful and substantial entrance gates built this year. Those who sacrificed and donated for this edition have helped to reinforce the shield of faith for us. This shield is the first impression that people experience of us, just like our appearance and words can be the first impression of our faith that we give to others. We thank those who have fortified our campus and offered protection for us. God also commands us to gird our loins with truth, with what will sustain us and offer us continued conviction for what we do. The annual banquet is an opportunity for us to celebrate our heritage, who we have become, and what we will continue to do. This truth defines us, and we honor those who have come before us and prepare the way for those who will follow us when we continue this wonderful celebration. God commands us to set on our feet the preparation of the gospel of peace. We have seen this command lived out to a reality through the nonprofit foster feed program created by our own Lauren Anderson. This gospel of peace helped us to offer shoes to over 300 children within the DHS system in Garfield County. We came together as a school community and responded to God's burden to us and again shared Christ's love in answer to prayer for those in our state. Our students, living out as Christ warriors and OBA Trojans, don the helmet of salvation as they take Christ to the Enid community and through the mission field in the world. Our ambassadors share God's gifts and show His grace and compassion to the people within the mission field. The sword of God is the Word of God, and OBA brought that word to life through the musical Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat this spring. Managing school studies and classroom expectations, outside jobs, extracurricular activities, and the musical practices stretched our students and challenged them with time management as well as stress management. However, God was faithful in providing guidance and encouragement for our players through one another, teachers, and family. Our students, teachers, and coaches, again, carried the breastplate of righteousness through their many activities. The Odyssey team and bowling club had great success in their work and were able to show Christ as they competed. The boys basketball team was named state academic champions and received their recognition at the state basketball tournament, illustrating that not only do our students demonstrate Christ on the court, but also in the classroom. When disaster struck our brothers and sisters in Ecuador with the earthquake, Mrs. Martinez was swift to act. She coordinated with area businesses and Chick-fil-A to offer a fundraiser for those affected by this incident. Our school, burdened for those facing great loss and wanting to help in any small way, rallied together. We brought the cause to our Enid community. We celebrate all those who will be continuing on in their lives after graduation. One in particular that we celebrate is Dean White, who won the state championship in the high jump for the second year and will be playing for the University of Oklahoma track team in the fall. Ultimately, we are called to carry the banner for Christ and to allow Him to be made manifest in all that we do. Though at times, what might seem like a small or insignificant act, that moment can often prove to be a life-changing event. Let us continue to bear God's armor with faith and perseverance so that He may use us in whatever experience and relationship He needs.